This is the story of a writer who was found alone by some rogue boys. They held her captive and forcibly did something disgusting to her. After that, we'll see what happens to her throughout the rest of the story. At the beginning of the story, we see a girl named Jennifer, who is a novelist. Since she is a writer, she was going to stay in a remote area away from the city, so that she could finish her novel there. So first, she goes to a store and meets a man named Earl to get the key to her cabin from him. Since Earl is the owner of that cabin, he gives the key to Jennifer, and also explains the way to reach the place. After going a little further on the road, Jennifer stops at a petrol pump to fill her tank. There, she sees two men staring at her. Their names are Andy and Stanley. Then a worker named Johnny comes and starts helping Jennifer. When Johnny asks where she is staying, she replies that she's staying in a nearby cabin. After that, Jennifer gives money to Johnny. Then, by mistake, her foot hits a bucket, which causes Johnny's pants to get wet. Seeing this, his friends start laughing. Jennifer says sorry to him, and then leaves from there. After that, she reaches her cabin, which is right in the middle of the forest. Once there, she starts writing. At night, while Jennifer is talking to her friend, she suddenly hears some noises behind the cabin. When she goes there, she finds a room with its door open. As she goes inside, she sees many tools and a box of poisonous powder. She quickly shuts the door of that room and returns to her cabin. Later, while writing, her clothes get wet by mistake, so she goes inside to clean it up. We then see someone watching her from the window. The next morning, while Jennifer is jogging, she finds an old, small house in the middle of the forest. When she goes inside, she sees that the house is completely empty and no one is there. She then comes back to her cabin and goes to the washroom, but when she turns on the tap, there's no water. So, she calls for help. A man named Matthew comes to her cabin to fix the pipe. After he fixes it, Jennifer happily kisses him on the cheek and thanks him. Now Matthew is a bit shy and foolish, so he runs away, feeling embarrassed. In the evening, Matthew goes fishing with Stanley, Andy, and Johnny. While talking, he tells them that the girl from the city kissed him on the cheek. Johnny feels bad after hearing that and says, "This can't be true." Then Stanley shows Johnny a video of Jennifer on his camera, which means Stanley was the one watching her through the window earlier. After seeing this, Johnny's intentions turn bad. He starts talking badly about Jennifer to his friends and says, "I will hunt this girl tonight." That night, while Jennifer was sleeping, she heard a noise at her door. When she goes to check, she finds a dead bird lying there. This scares her a lot. She runs back inside her cabin, but as soon as she enters, she sees photos of those men on her laptop. This frightens her even more. Suddenly, all three of them come into her room and surround her. Jennifer asks them why they've come there and lies to them, saying that her boyfriend is about to arrive so they should leave immediately. But Johnny says, "I know she doesn't have a boyfriend. I even heard she kissed Matthew on the cheek." Saying this, they call Matthew and bring him inside. Jennifer tells them that she only kissed him to thank him. Johnny then says, "I know city girls very well, and I also know what they really want." Then Johnny gives a bottle of alcohol to Jennifer and tells her to drink it. Jennifer doesn't want to, but Johnny says, "If you drink this, we'll leave." So Jennifer drinks the alcohol, even though she doesn't want to. But even after that, they don't leave. Then Johnny puts a baseball bat in Jennifer's mouth and tells her to show her teeth. Jennifer does as he says, but Johnny starts shaking the bat against her teeth. After that, he takes out a gun and tells Jennifer to kiss it, saying, "Imagine I'm your boyfriend." He forces her to kiss the gun and puts it inside her mouth, shaking it. Matthew doesn't like any of this, so he turns his face away. Then Andy puts a bottle in Jennifer's mouth and is about to break it, but Jennifer pushes him down. She quickly takes out a spray from her bag, sprays it into Stanley's eyes, and runs away from there. Now it becomes morning while Jennifer is still running. On the way, she meets two men, one of whom is the same man named Earl who had given her the key. She tells them everything that happened. Then the other man tells Jennifer, "I'm a sheriff, so don't worry." After that, the sheriff tells Earl to go to the other side of the forest. Saying this, he takes Jennifer with him back to her cabin. When they go inside and search, they don't find anyone there, but the sheriff finds Jennifer's beer bottle. Then he says, "Maybe you imagined all this because you were drunk." But Jennifer says, "No, they really tried to force themselves on me." Still, the sheriff doesn't believe her and begins searching her, and we see that he starts touching Jennifer's body inappropriately, pretending it's part of the search. Then the four boys arrive and start smiling at Jennifer. Seeing them, Jennifer realizes that the sheriff is also with them. The sheriff then starts misbehaving with Jennifer and begins hitting her. He says, "Now something very bad is going to happen to you." After that, Johnny grabs Jennifer and tells Matthew to take off his clothes. He says, "Today, I'll make you a man." Then Matthew starts undressing. After that, Johnny forcefully tears Jennifer's clothes, makes her lie down, and tells Matthew to abuse her. Then Matthew starts forcefully doing dirty things with Jennifer, causing her a lot of pain. She starts screaming. At that moment, the sheriff's daughter Angel calls him from home. She says that he should come home early today. The sheriff promises his daughter that he will return early. After that, they leave Jennifer there and go away. Now, after they leave, Jennifer somehow gets up and starts walking out of the cabin without clothes. But after going a little further, those 5 men came in front of her again and surrounded her, because they still weren't satisfied. They grab her again and force her to lie down on the ground. Andy starts dipping Jennifer's face into the water. This time, the sheriff takes off his clothes and forces himself on Jennifer. Jennifer screams in pain, but those monsters abuse her one by one. When they are finally satisfied, they leave her. Somehow, Jennifer gets up again and starts walking away. After tolerating so much cruelty, she becomes completely mad. Then, when she reaches near a bridge, all 5 of them come there again to kill her. But Jennifer jumps into the water. When they look for her, they don't find her anywhere. So they wait for hours, hoping her body will float up, but it never does. Seeing this, the sheriff tells them, "You all need to keep an eye out. If Jennifer escapes from here, we'll all be in trouble." Then he burns all of Jennifer's belongings so that no evidence remains. That night, the sheriff goes to his house and meets his daughter. She surprises him by saying that she has been selected for the honors program. The next day, the sheriff goes to Earl and returns the keys to the cabin. Earl asks him, "Did that girl leave from here?" To which he replies, "Yes, she left." In the next scene, we see that all of them are still searching for Jennifer, but they can't find her anywhere. Meanwhile, Matthew is feeling very guilty about what he did to Jennifer. One day, Earl calls the sheriff and says that he received a call from Jennifer's sister. She was asking why Jennifer hasn't returned yet and whether something wrong happened to her. The sheriff replies, "No, nothing like that happened. She just left." The next morning, Stanley comes running to Andy and Johnny and tells them that his camera has been stolen. That camera had all the video clips of Jennifer. Hearing this, Johnny starts beating Stanley and says, "Why did you even need to record all that?" That night, while Johnny is at his house, he hears a sound at his door. When he goes to check, he finds a dead bird there. He thinks Stanley and Andy are trying to prank him, but he hears the same sound again. When he goes to check again, he finds one of Jennifer's slippers at his door. This scares him a lot. Then he hears another sound coming from the bushes. As he goes further, he finds Matthew's rubber bands lying there. Seeing this, he starts thinking that Matthew is the one behind all of this. The next day, we see the sheriff coming to his house, where his wife gives him a gift and tells him that someone sent it for him. Inside, there's also a cassette. When the sheriff takes the cassette in his hand and looks at it, he gets very scared. He then goes to the boys and starts beating Stanley, shouting, "Why did you even record that video?" Then Johnny says, "Someone was troubling me last night, and I know Matthew is behind all this because he feels guilty about Jennifer's death. That's why he wants to scare us." Then the sheriff tells them to find Matthew and bring him back. He himself goes to Earl and shoots him dead, because Earl had started to suspect him too. Meanwhile, Matthew is sitting outside Jennifer's house feeling guilty. Then he hears Jennifer's voice, which makes him cry. When he goes upstairs, he sees Jennifer sitting on a sofa in front of him. She calls him over and says, "I know you're feeling guilty." Then Matthew starts apologizing to Jennifer and says, "I didn't mean to do that to you." But Jennifer puts a rope around his neck and starts tightening it, due to which Matthew becomes unconscious. Andy and Stanley are searching for Matthew. While searching, Andy enters a deserted house, where he sees a mattress. Meanwhile, Jennifer appears in front of Stanley. When he sees her and tries to hit her, his foot gets caught in a trap. He starts screaming and calls out to Andy. When Andy arrives, Jennifer comes from behind and attacks him. Then she hits Stanley on the head too, knocking him unconscious. When Andy opens his eyes, he finds himself hanging in a bathtub with the help of a wooden stick. Jennifer turns on the water and starts filling the tub. She ties Stanley to a tree and starts recording a video of him while feeding him a rat. She puts a fishing hook in his eyelids and ties the thread to the tree so he can't blink. Then Jennifer goes to Andy, but Andy starts apologizing to her. As he begs for mercy, Jennifer says, "I came to you once with the same request, but none of you listened. Instead, you all took advantage of me." Then she dips his face in the water and says, "Now, I'm going to give you a very painful death." After that, she goes to Stanley and cuts open the stomach of a fish, takes out its flesh, and puts it in Stanley's eyes. Then she returns to Andy, pours acid into the water, and removes the stick from under him. As a result, Andy sinks into the acid-filled water, and his face begins to burn. Meanwhile, birds come near Stanley and start eating the flesh in his eyes. They even take out his eyes, causing him to die a horrible death. In this way, Jennifer kills both of them. After that, Jennifer goes to the petrol pump, where she attacks Johnny and kidnaps him. When Johnny regains consciousness, he finds himself tied up and without clothes, shocked to see Jennifer standing in front of him. Jennifer asks, "Do you know what I'm going to do to you?" Saying this, she pulls out all his teeth one by one, causing Johnny immense pain. He starts shouting and cursing Jennifer. Hearing this, Jennifer says, "You're very proud of your manhood, but after today, you won't be." Saying this, she takes a pair of scissors and cuts off his machine, then puts it in his mouth. Johnny screams in extreme pain and dies on the spot. Meanwhile, while the sheriff is at work, his wife calls him and says, "A teacher from our daughter Angel's school has come." Then Angel also tells the sheriff, "My teacher is very nice. She's going to take me to the playground." But the sheriff says, "Let me talk to your teacher." Then we see that the teacher is none other than Jennifer, who has come there pretending to be a teacher. When Jennifer tells her name to the sheriff, he is shocked and says, "Please don't hurt my daughter." But Jennifer disconnects the call and takes his daughter with her. Later, when the sheriff reaches home, his wife tells him that the teacher took their daughter to the playground. Hearing this, the sheriff rushes to the playground and starts searching for his daughter, but he doesn't find her anywhere, so he gets back into his car to leave. Just then, Jennifer attacks him from behind and takes him away. When the sheriff opens his eyes, he finds himself tied up, and Jennifer has inserted his shotgun into his backside. In pain, the sheriff pleads with Jennifer, "Please don't kill me. Let me go." But Jennifer keeps pushing the shotgun in and out and says, "I felt the same way when you all forced yourselves on me like monsters." The sheriff then asks, "What did you do to my daughter?" Jennifer replies, "Your daughter is young and beautiful. How would she feel if someone forced themselves on her?" The sheriff angrily says, "If anyone tries to do that to my daughter, I'll kill them." Then Jennifer says, "That's exactly the punishment I'm giving you, because you did the same thing to someone else's daughter." After this, Jennifer ties a rope to the trigger of the shotgun and connects the other end to the hand of Matthew, who was lying unconscious in front of the sheriff. Then she tells the sheriff, "When Matthew wakes up, both of you will die." Saying this, she goes outside and sits down. Eventually, Matthew regains consciousness and is shocked to see the sheriff. The sheriff tells him, "Don't move at all," but Matthew unknowingly moves his hand, which pulls the trigger. The shotgun fires. The bullet tears through the sheriff from behind and hits Matthew in front. Both of them die on the spot. Then we see Jennifer, who is finally happy after taking her revenge by killing all those monsters in a brutal way. And this is how the story ends. So friends, let us know in the comments if you want to see part 2 of this movie. And if you've watched the video till the end, thank you very much. We'll meet again with another new story.